Coming up on the Hurray Show.
So your bra wardrobe is kind of like a class schedule, so going back to school here, that each subject needs the right kind of support. Well, guess what? Each area of your life needs the right kind of support. All your different clothing that you have needs different kind of support. So make sure you're building a bra wardrobe that works for you.
Welcome to the Hurray Show. I'm Kimmay, your host and undergarment educator turned confidence coach, here to help you uncover your hooray inside, outside, and underneath. Since 2005, I've been supporting folks in the bra fitting room, where they've revealed it all. And we've transformed not just how they see their bodies, but how they see themselves. Now we're taking that same wholehearted support and bringing it to you. There's no airbrushing here, y'all, of bodies, beliefs, or the beautiful mess of being human. Just real stories, honest conversations, and tools for your self-worth journey. Hooray! Oh my goodness, hooray and welcome to the Hurray Show. I'm actually really tempted this time to say class is in session, but before I get ahead of myself, I actually have a question for you. So the question is, where did you first learn about wearing bras or shopping for bras, and how old were you? Take a little breath here. Think about it. I have a feeling for most of us that we were young. We were like school age. And I have a feeling you probably learned from somebody who was not a bra expert. Most people learn from a parent or a guardian. Maybe you went to a bra shop. But even then, that was probably years ago, y'all. Maybe like 15, 20, 50 years ago, and you have just been wearing bras with that same little bit of bra knowledge passed down from somebody who either didn't know what they were doing or you just weren't ready to receive all of that bra knowledge. Am I right? Take a deep breath. Remember, we are in the hooray zone, which means there's no judgment here. There's no shoulding all over yourself, okay? We are here to learn together. We're here to help you say hooray. This is my mission. Me, Kimmay, as your host. This is my mission, is to help people say hooray inside, outside, and underneath. And people often think it's a little bizarre that bras and undergarments are my favorite tool to do this, but I promise you, this makes such a big difference in your daily life, especially if you're a person who wears bras on a daily basis. And again, if you think about it, if this is something you're wearing again and again, and on a daily basis, you're still working with knowledge from decades ago, listen, we have an opportunity to update some things and to help you say hooray. I'm actually stepping in as your bra teacher today. I'm actually an undergarment educator by profession. That means I teach bra wearers how to wear and care for bras, but I also teach bra fitters. I teach how to use empathy and accuracy in the fitting room because it can be a really vulnerable space. So all that bra nerd knowledge that I have accumulated over 20 years, I'm going to distill down into some just 101 stuff for us today. So don't get nervous. It's going to be fine. We're going to have a really fun time. I know some of you have already tuned out because you're like, bras, ugh. But actually, I promise you, like after this, I think you're going to have a really great time and want to go bra shopping. I really feel that for you. Also, keep in mind too, that it's never too late to learn. I have literally helped people who are 9 all the way up to 99 years old. And there's always something new to learn. Like I said, you might have been wearing bras for decades of your life, but that information that you're leaning on is just old and outdated. That's because nobody taught us this stuff in school. I mean, if you think about it, health class is probably the place where this would go, but because it's hidden and a little bit taboo, I think that there's a big misunderstanding that it just, quote, doesn't matter. I'm here to tell you, I don't believe that. So, since we weren't taught this in school, I'm going to step in and do this. So today I'm your teacher. I'm Mrs. Caldwell. You can just call me Kimmay because I'm a cool teacher. And actually, I want to confess something to you because I have a little secret. I have always wanted to bring bra knowledge to schools. Now, it's not because I think bras are the most important thing in the world, and it's not because I think bras are actually going to be here as like our undergarment of choice in 100 years or less, to be honest, right? And it's not even because I think everybody needs to wear a bra. What I believe, though, is that because bras are worn by so many people, and that's the most common undergarment choice,
and because it's something that people wear every single day, we have a ripe opportunity for a daily ritual that can change the trajectory of your life. And most people that I was fitting when I was fitting full-time in a shop in New York City were in their 50s and above. We had all sorts of other ages too, but the majority were like 55. And every single time I fit them, they'd say something like, oh my gosh, I've been wearing bras for like 40 years or more, 45 years, and had no idea that this is how bra sizing works, that this is how my bra is supposed to work. They truly had no idea about the confidence opportunity. And they're always say to me, like, where were you when I was 20? And I'm like, I know. Do you know a 20-year-old? Send them in to me. But more importantly, I want to go back to those middle school years. Those years where you were just so awkward and you were budding and your whole body was changing and you had all this stuff going on in your body and in your mind. And this is when you learn about bras? Like, this is when you learn how to wear and care for this item that you're wearing over one of the most sacred areas of your body, right over your heart. So all those misunderstandings that you had as a young person, you're now carrying forward. So if we can start then, way back then, with some understanding, some body acceptance, some inner confidence, some like more than my numbers, that like worth and self-worth and value work, then I think that person's life would be changed from the get-go. Is it going to erase every single story that we have about ourselves? No. But I really want to get in there and start young with folks and talk about their bodies and their choices and that autonomy of what you wear or don't wear over your heart every single day, and how cup size doesn't define you. So I have like grand plans for this, and I truly, it's just been on my heart for years and years and years. So I even like think about working with someone like Michelle Obama, because she does those really cool programs with kids and gets them like active and goes into schools and works with them. And I've actually taught at a couple of schools, a college and then a like middle school, high school combo in rural Oklahoma, which y'all, the questions that those young people had were fantastic. And this is like a huge feather in my cap, and this is how I know I'm a cool teacher. But the teachers actually told me that these girls, it was all girls this particular time, and I think one non-binary student, which was very bold in this rural town. But they told me that these girls were not on their phone for the entire presentation. And they're like, that never happens. And I was blown away. So I feel like there's something to this. If you want to help me make this happen, please help me make this happen. Okay, but let's focus on you today. And before I can get into all the schools in America or North America or the world, whatever, big goals, let's tackle this curriculum today. This is Bra Shopping 101. And again, it's never too late to learn this. And you might think you know some of this, but I have a feeling at least one thing is really going to surprise you and change your life today. So let's dive in. Number 1 is know your size, but do not be defined by it. Here's the deal. Bra sizing is just a starting point. It is not an identity. You can actually wear anywhere from 2 to 9 different bra sizes. And it just depends on where it was made, the sizing method that they use. Do they use alpha sizing like small, medium, large? Do they use traditional bra sizing like 32B? Is it made in a different country where they use a different sizing? And then it also depends on things like the material. Is it super stretchy? Is it really firm? This is why sometimes like the stretchy over the head styles fit so different than maybe a super firm sports bra. The other thing is that your size can change. In fact, it probably will change. It always blew my mind when people would come into the bra fitting room and they would say something like, I've been a 34B my entire life, and they're like in their 50s. And I'm like, you know what? That's highly unlikely because our bodies change so much. They're literally designed to change, and it's totally normal for them to change. So just remember that size or that measurement that you're taking is just a starting point. The most important thing is to actually focus on fit, which we'll go into in just a minute. But this is also why I actually suggest working with a bra professional. Not everybody can get into a small boutique where they have like a trained, passionate bra nerd, but if you can, I just cannot overstate how important this is. I was a worker in a small boutique, and it was my absolute passion to help people find bras that fit well and felt really good. And it was so much more of a service than just bra shopping, right? Like you were really coming in for a full service. So you didn't have to wade through all the sizes. You didn't have to worry about the cut difference from this one to that one. Is the material stretchier or not? Was this made in Europe? Was this made in the USA? Was it made in China? Like you truly do not have to worry about that. And you let this bra professional do their thing and bring all the bras to you, try them on with you, discern what you need to go home with for your personal bra wardrobe, which we'll also talk about in a minute. And then, ta-da, you have a bra wardrobe that actually works for you. And maybe in this size over here, and maybe that size over there, and maybe this fit over here, and this fit over here. It is so worth it to go into a bra professional. Now listen, if you can't do that, you still don't have to DIY, right? You can DIY without DIA, I should say. Because I think you can do it yourself without having to do it alone. I have tons of free resources for you. I'm going to link them in the show notes. You can always go to hurraykimmay.com/freefit and get my free fit guide. Plus, I have information on why bra sizes can fit differently that will be in the show notes too. So you can educate yourself on this and not just guess and keep using your grandma or your mom or your guardian's old information that ain't working anymore. Okay? So that's number one, Bra 101, different sizes can fit. And your size isn't your identity. It's just a starting point. Okay, that's number one. Number two for Bra Shopping 101 is that fit is the most important part of the bra, and the band is doing all the heavy lifting. I feel like we overemphasize the importance of cup or cup size, and then the straps. I think so many people are relying on the straps to keep everything up. But if you walk away from this show knowing one thing, this is what I want you to know about fit, at least, that the band of your bra is doing the work. This is where about, like engineering wise, 90% of your bra support comes from. 90%! In fact, you should be able to take your straps off your bra if you're wearing a bra with straps. And the band should be snug enough. And the front should be tacking, which is called the center gore. That should be tacking against the body. And everything is just that you should have that 360 degrees of support. That when you take those straps down, you should be able to take some spirited steps, and in most bras, and that bra should not fall down. If you can fit like your whole hand up inside your bra here, or when you pull it back, like you and another person can fit in your bra, or it's riding up in the back, that band is way too loose. Almost everybody, because we didn't learn this in school, is wearing a bra band that is too loose. And then we're blaming other parts of the bra for being uncomfortable, right? We're blaming that this is hurting here and this is digging in here, and we think, oh, it must be too tight. It's not. Almost every single person I've ever fit is wearing a band that is just way too loose. And when it rides up, all the weight goes onto the shoulders right here, and like those two little points right on top of the shoulder, oh my Lanta, and then everything falls forward. The cup is now gapping instead of flush to your body, and if there's underwires, those are now digging right into underneath your ribs. So it feels really restrictive, but it's actually because everything is too loose in the back. Once that is nice and tight in the back, and just snug like a hug is really what we want, and the front is kissing, so you want a hug and a kiss, then you can actually breathe and move. It's like wearing a really good pair of leggings. You just want it snug enough on the body that's going to stay in place. If you've ever worn leggings and they're too loose and you go for like a hike, even just a walk, even just going to the grocery store and they're constantly falling down, oh my gosh, that's so uncomfortable. But the same is true if you're wearing leggings that are way too tight, right? So you don't want to go too tight or too loose. You want a great pair of leggings that are just going to stay flush to the body, snug enough to stay in place. It's like a little Goldilocks point, right? We want it to be just right. The other truth I want you to know here is that if the straps of your bra are doing all of the work, what you're actually wearing is more of a backpack than a bra. Do you remember those school days and those giant backpacks that we all wore, and how we had those like really puffy straps, and that backpack was like on us and just like weighing us down in the back because we had no counterbalance at the bottom either, right? So again, this is all engineering. It's so important to wear what fits well, and the band is the most important part of this. I literally teach something called the comfort fit system because comfort equals fit and fit equals comfort. So if you want a bra that actually feels good, or that you don't even notice that you're wearing, unlike those giant backpacks that we were hauling around in school days, you got to make sure your band fits. So I do have my free fit guide. If you go to hurraykimmay.com/free fit, this is a video and a little checklist. So you can just make sure not just your band, but 4 other parts of your bra are actually doing their job. This is like what I use when I fit everybody all the time. So I've just distilled it down into the 101 for you in that guide. Okay, number 3, we're like breezing through this. So if you're taking notes, I'm really curious what color notebook you would make for bra class. Remember, like, have you ever done this test for yourself where you're like, well, math was always the red folder in the red notebook, and, you know, science was always green, and social studies was always yellow, or whatever, right? I wonder what color bra, pink, it had to be pink, right? That's my favorite color. That's what I use all the time in Hurray Kimmay. So maybe the pink or orange, one of our beautiful brand colors, the Hurray Show brand colors. Anyway, that was my ADHD popping up. Please understand that's where that came from. And I actually do want to know your thoughts on this. So go over to my Instagram and tell me what you think. What color class would your bra class be in school? Okay, number 3, and then we're going to take a quick break because this one is so nerve-wracking for a lot of people. So take a deep breath. Remember, we're in the Hurray zone. Amazing. Keep breathing. We're going to do a little bra math. I know. But here's the thing. The bra nerd in me actually hates bra math because it confuses people so much. But I find it so simple. And it's almost like when you crack a code and you're like, oh my gosh, that's how that works. And suddenly you can just do calculus and you're Goodwill hunting on the chalkboard and you're figuring out all these things. It suddenly just feels so easy. So I want to just give us a little 101 taste of bra math. And I think this is going to change some people's lives. So here we go. Cup size changes with the band size. Did you hear what I said? So if you say, oh, I wear a D cup, I'm like, okay, but like a 30D or a 40D? Because those are totally different sizes, not just in the band, but in the cup. So a D cup is not a D cup is not a D cup. A D cup only gets its actual volume size based on the band size, and it goes up with each band size by 1 cup. So for example, the 30D is 1 cup size smaller than the 32D, which is 1 cup size smaller than the 34D, and so forth and so on. And listen, if you're already like, oh my gosh, what are we talking about? Let's reel it back a little more, okay? We're doing 101 here. When we're talking bra sizes, they can be alpha size, which is small, medium, large. Simple, and pretty much like every size up, the band and the cup gets a little bit bigger for that kind of a thing. But in traditional bra sizing, you have a size that is actually determined by both the band, the part that goes around the torso, and the cup. So in the US, for example, the band is always the number, and it's typically an even number. So it's 28, it's 40, whatever, and it goes up by 2. So 28, 30, 32, so forth and so on. Then the letter that's next to it, if there is one, is the cup size. So it'd be 30D, 30F, 30H, 30N, whatever it is. And that's the part that changes with the cup size. So I'm going to go right back now to what I was talking about before. Let's use 32D as our example, actually, because that's a really simple one that I think also people think a D cup is really big, and it's actually not that big. So a 32D is the same cup size volume as a 34C or a 36B or a 38A. So you see, with every band size that I went up, I actually went down a cup size just to keep that cup size volume the same. Because a 32D is 1 cup size smaller than the 34D, which is 1 cup size smaller than the 36D, which is 1 cup size smaller than 38D. So if we compared a 32D to a 38D, that's 3 cup sizes bigger because we went up 3 band sizes. So if we wanted to keep that cup size volume the same, we would have to go down 3 cup sizes. So that's why a 38A and a 32D have the same cup size volume. Did I just blow your mind, or did I confuse you more? If you're watching the YouTube version of this, the video version of this, I'm going to show you a little version here using another couple of sizes. So I've got 3 bras here. They're all the same bra. And they're a lovely purple bra. And this purple bra has the same cup size volume, but with 3 different band sizes. So this is a 32 triple D here in the back. So this is a 32 triple D, which is also an F cup in the US. So this has a smaller band, 32, and then it has this pretty full cup size. That's the 32 triple D is like pretty, actually that's the most common cup size that I fit in New York City, like on a regular basis. Everybody was a 32 triple D. Then we have a 34 double D. So the 34 double D and this 32 triple D, since 34 double D, like the cup size number is, or letter is smaller, but the band size is bigger, those have the same exact cup size volume. And then I have a 36D. So the 36D, the 34 double D, and the 32 triple D all have the same cup size volume, just with different band sizes. Now, here's why this is important for you to know. Because your size is just a starting point, when you put it on, if you're like, oh, wow, this cup size volume fits pretty great, but gosh, this band is way too loose, and Kimmay had told me that the band has to be snug in order to do its job, so I'm going to go down to a different band size. So let's say you were wearing a 36 double D, and you go down to the 34. If you go down to a 34 double D, you've not only gone down 1 band size, but also 1 cup size. And you'll be like, why is this so tight? Why is this so uncomfortable? Oh my gosh, Kimmay doesn't know what she's talking about. Yes, I do. You just made an error with the cup size. But if you go up to a 34 triple D, now you've got the right band size and you've retained that cup size. So this is going to help you so much as you're comparing sizes in fit. This is also going to help if you're shopping with a bra fitter and they bring in a bigger band size or a bigger cup size than you're used to, but it's because they went down to the band size to get the right fit. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I could never wear an F cup. I could never wear a triple D. And they're like, actually, this is the same cup size volume as what you've been wearing, but you've been wearing 2 band sizes too big. So this is going to help you so much. The other thing I want to say about this too is please don't compromise on fit. So if you just heard me say this and you're like, oh, so if the 32D and the 36B have the same cup size volume, so I can just wear a 36B. Those are available everywhere. Oh my gosh, I'll just get 36Bs. It's going to be amazing. No, because even if it fits in the cup, that's not the most important part, y'all. We need the band to fit. The band is the most important part. So make sure you do not compromise on fit. Listen, bra math is wild. I get it. A 32D and a 36B can hold the same volume. But the truth is, only one will actually hold you with the right support. So make sure you're wearing the one that actually fits. Whew, okay, that was a lot of bra math. I feel like we need a break at this point. You're doing so good. You're such a good student. I'm so proud of you. I hope you're taking copious notes. And please know, we're just touching on each of these. So I actually have so many resources in the show notes. And we have a blog recap of this entire thing that has links to all of these other things I'm talking about. I have a link for more information on sister sizing, which is exactly what we just went over. We also have links for why different sizes can fit you. I've got great links for everything coming up. So make sure you go over to hurraykimmay.com/THS to check out this episode and more. Okay, let's take a quick break. I'll be right back.
So, do you think you're wearing the right bra size?
Statistically speaking, you're probably not.
But it's not your fault. We truly were never taught how to wear the one thing that most of us wear every dang day. So we're left guessing or settling for something less than the best. And it does not have to be that way. I'm Kimmay, your undergraduate educator with over 20 years of experience. And I've got a free bra fit guide video and checklist that will help you check your fit so that you can feel more comfortable and finally stop second guessing your bras. It's simple, it's supportive, and it's totally free. Get it now at hurraykimmay.com/free-fit and say hooray for comfort, confidence, and bras that finally fit.
Okay, welcome back from the break. We are just getting our bra nerd on. We're in school, class is in session, and we're going into number 4 here for our bra shopping 101. This is the stuff that nobody ever taught you in school, and I'm here to teach you. So hooray. Number 4 is how to build a bra wardrobe. Nobody freaking taught me this, and it took me working in like bra industry and fitting, which I've been doing since I was 20 years old. Thank goodness for me, because it really showed me, oh, bras and shoes are kind of similar, and you really need different bras for different occasions and different outfits and different needs. So for example, you need a really good sneaker for running, you need a really good hiking shoe for hiking, but then I also need like a good dress shoe, I need good everyday shoes that I can wear walking around, and I also need like good slippers. Like there's all sorts of different things that we need. Same thing is true with bras. So most people, when they come in for a bra fitting with me, they'll say, I just need 2 or 3 bras. And a lot of times there's a couple of different reasons for this. One is because I think that they're so desperate for bras and they have not been able to find anything that fits. That they're like, if I can get 2 or 3 bras today that actually fit, actually feel good, and work with my clothes, that's going to be a miracle. So I'm just going to say I want 2 or 3. And then by the time we're done, this just happened the other day. I just fit somebody and she was like, yeah, I could use like 2 or 3. She left with 12, y'all. 12 bras. Most people that I work with, if we're rebuilding a wardrobe and they're like have been in the wrong size for a long time, most people end up with about 7 to 10. But you don't have to get them all at once. I just want to I know somebody's jaw just dropped on the ground because they're like, what? Because bras aren't cheap, right? But you can build that bra wardrobe in, one by one or a couple by at a time, and take your time doing so, truly. But I do want you to start with the basics, which is 2 to 3 that do fit really well, that are like going to go with about 70% of your wardrobe. So this might be different for everybody, right? So that means for you, if you wear colorful clothing like I do, or you wear a lot of black clothing, or you wear a lot of really light or pastel colors or white, we're going to need different bras that we're going to wear, quote, every day. So that means both the color and then the style. If you're wearing really high neck clothes a lot or really tight clothes, you might need a different bra, like a smooth full coverage bra, whereas somebody else might wear lots of patterns and textures. And they're like, actually an everyday bra for me could be a seamed lace bra, which is what I'm wearing underneath it today. So every day is different for everyone. But in general, we want these bras to fit well, of course, and work with about 70% of your wardrobe, okay? That's important. Then we want to get a good strapless bra or a convertible bra. So that might be something that has a J-hook in the back and it can be racer back, or it has those, removable straps and the strapless and it can be worn different ways. And this should go with the rest of your wardrobe. So maybe you have a strapless dress that your basic bras just aren't going to work with. Or maybe you have some racer back tops that, again, your basic bras just aren't going to work with. So really important to have some bras that will go with your other things in your wardrobe. This might also be like stick-on bras or sticky bras or nipple covers if that's like something that also is like really useful for you. But in general, for people, it's a good strapless bra or 2 or a good convertible bra or both. Okay, number 3 is a sports bra, and more than one, especially if you are a person that works out or exercises on a regular basis. I don't mean you have to be running marathons. I could just mean you take regular walks in the morning and you're sweating, or you do Pilates or yoga or whatever. Now, those categories there might need a different level of support in their sports bras than somebody who's doing the marathon or doing, CrossFit or jumping rope or something where there's like a lot of bouncing or a lot of impact. That person needs a different sports bra, but they both need to have something that you're wearing other than your basic bras. Perspiration and sweat are really going to break down your bra elastic, and that's what actually helps it hug onto your body and stay in place. So don't mess around and wear that basic bra. Even if you're just like gardening but you're sweating, girl, please get a regular stretchy sports bra to put on. I have a really great sports bra guide I'm going to drop in the show notes that has different options for different levels of activities and different sizes. So make sure you invest in those. Next up is the wire-free or lounge bra. So this is style number 4 in our bra wardrobe list here. This is very overlooked. I feel like, again, most people don't have a very casual bra. So on the weekends or just running errands, they're wearing the regular bra. Now, there's nothing wrong with wearing your regular bra to do these things, but I want your bra to last longer. So if you're wearing it or overwearing it or wearing it like 4 times a week, that's a lot. It's going to put a lot of pressure on your bra and it's just going to stretch out. And you need those bras to do their job for like your work wardrobe or for your everyday stuff. And so for the weekends, for errands, for lounging around your house where you just want something on, but you're like, I don't need like underwire support right now, or I don't need like full support right in this moment. Get a really great non-underwire or just stretchy, lounge, comfy bra. These also cost less typically than a more everyday style because they have less hardware. And so if you just have a stretchy style, it can be a really easy low-cost addition to your bra wardrobe that will help your more expensive bras last longer. Okay, the final one that you need to add into your bra wardrobe is the Hurray bra. So this is something that is just gorgeous. Now listen, it's so important that this gorgeous bra that makes you feel like $1,000,000 is also supportive and fits well, right? Like, these are not exclusive. I joke around all the time and tell people that I think of bras like I think of my men, which, by the way, I've been married for like 13 years and with my husband for 19 years. So I'm not exactly out there looking for men. However, if you are dating or you have dated in the past and you, even if you have a partner now, you know what I'm talking about. Like, when you're just like picking out somebody to be with, I need no compromise. Okay, we deserve a person who is both supportive and good looking. Because if you've ever worn a bra that is real good looking but not very supportive, it's no fun to wear. But same thing is true if you've worn a bra that's like really supportive but like not very good looking. And I believe that we can have both. Okay, so for some of those more functional bras, like your everyday bras, those can still be beautiful. But they also sometimes are maybe a little more plain Jane just because they need to function underneath your clothing in a certain way that just doesn't, color-wise or detail-wise doesn't do it for you. But this Hurray bra, that should do it for you. I have so many beautiful bras in my wardrobe, and I do wear them on a regular basis. I wear them underneath so much of my clothing. Sometimes I wear them to show a little bit. But the most important part is that I know I'm wearing it, whether somebody else sees it or not. I know I have on something beautiful and I have adorned myself in that area right over my heart with something that just makes me say, hooray. Oh, it's such a good feeling, especially if you're like walking down the street and maybe you're wearing like sweatpants. Maybe you're wearing like a really plain Jane outfit, but you're walking down the street and you make eye contact with someone and you're like, you have no idea. You have no idea what's going on underneath here. And they don't have to. Yes, you can wear it for a partner and let them see it and, let them enjoy your beautiful bras too. But please believe me when I tell you it is so important to wear beautiful things for you. And that is especially true with your bra. So your bra wardrobe is kind of like a class schedule. So going back to school here, that each subject needs the right kind of support. Well, guess what? Each area of your life needs the right kind of support. All your different clothing that you have needs different kind of support. So make sure you're building a bra wardrobe that works for you. Whew, okay, our final point here is that care matters. Now, I have never been one to grade on a harsh scale, but I'm going to say some things today that might upset you. Now listen, remember, you are new maybe to this because you've been wearing bras for a long time, but you've not been in my class very long, and that's okay. And for those who have been around for a long time, you might ace these tests, but nothing is here for judgment, okay? We are just here to learn, so take a deep breath. Here's why this matters. Bras are not cheap, especially good bras. And if you want your bra to do its job, and to feel really comfortable and to give you the great shape that you're looking for, we gotta take good care of them, y'all. Nobody taught us in school how to take care of our bras and how to wash them properly and how to store them properly, how to even put them on properly. No one taught us this. So we're gonna go through one by one here, and I'm gonna share what I would grade different ways of caring for your bras. And I just want you to know if any of these are you. And if you end up with a low grade, please just take a breath and know that I have resources for you on how to learn to bring up that grade and maybe do a better job. There's no judgment. It's just a little bit of fun, but it is something that I think is going to help your bras last longer and help you feel better longer. So here's number one. The more you have to rotate, the longer your bras are going to last. So if you're just rotating like 2 bras, remember I said some people come in and they're like, I just need 2 bras to get me through. If you're really only wearing 2 bras for like years, those bras are going to stretch out so fast. So if you just got those 2 bras that you're rotating every other day, or you're just wearing the same bra every single day, I'm grading you with an F. I love you. I mean this. This is critical feedback that you need to hear. You just scored an F. But if you have a full bra wardrobe and it is working with all your different clothes and you've got a bunch of basics that you're rotating on a regular basis, so that way that elastic can rest and then it can stretch when it needs to and then rest and like retain its elasticity and then stretch again, then you're getting an A+. Hooray. Okay, how you put them on and take them off. Now, I'm going to talk about this because most people are listening to this, but I also want you to know I have resources with visuals on what I'm talking about for both of these, okay, for all of these. So number one is the crush and flip. The crush and I want you to think, actually, before I even tell you what this is. How do you put on your bra? Think about it right now. Like if you had to put your bra on right now, how would you put it on? Sometimes when I ask people this, by the way, they don't even think about it. They're like, wait a minute, hold on, how do I put my bra on? Because it's such a habit. If you've been putting something on for decades, you don't even think. It's so mindless. So we're going to be a little mindful right now and just think about like how you do that. And if you're a person who takes the cups of your bra, and maybe they're molded and firm and maybe they're not, but if you take it and put the underwire, if there is one, upside down, and you crush those cups against your body, and then you hook it in the front and twirl it around and then flip it up. I love you. You're getting an F in my class. So this is called the crush and flip, which God bless her, this is how my mom taught me. So this is why she was, not a bra teacher. And I was just learning from whoever, my lovely mom, who I love so much. But boy, did she learn also from a non-bra expert on how to put her bra on. But the reason this was so bad for you is really because it's bad for your bra. It's like, if this is the only way you can put on your bra, go for it. I'm going to offer you an alternative, though, that I think you're going to like. But basically, the reason this is so bad for your bra is because if those cups are, in fact, molded, so they have some thickness to it, what happens when it goes inverted is you totally warp that cup and the shape. And a molded bra's job is to literally, like, shape your bust into the shape of it. And so if it has those dents and those wrinkles in it, now you're going to have a dented boob. So that is really bad for your bra. Then when you twirl it around, you stretch out the band, and you've already heard me teach that the band is the most important part of the bra. So once it starts to stretch out and you're moving into those inner hooks again and again and again, and then suddenly you get to that tightest hook and it's still stretched out, you gotta retire that bra. So you can help it last longer by being way more gentle. Then when you flip up the cup, this is the number 2 reason that underwires pop out, or the underwires can kind of warp and break, it just doesn't feel good against your body. So F grade. However, if you want to improve this does take a little bit of work and it can take practice, especially if you've been doing something for a long time and it's a habit. It might take some more extra, intention. I believe you can do it. And don't worry, I have a mobility-friendly option or a more mobile-friendly option here in a moment. So the A+ way to do this is straps first. I know some of you already are like, girl, I know where you're going with this. Don't worry. Then you get your cups in. That's important. Get the underwire, if you have one, underneath the bust, and just invite everybody sort of gently in. If you need to bend over and jiggle in, you can do that. If you can do it while you're standing, you can do that. Whatever you need to do to kind of get them in. Then stand up if you need to, and then hook it in the back behind you. I know someone is like, this Kimmay, she crazy, because there's no way I can reach in the back. But here's the thing. I couldn't either, and that's not the way that I learned. And then I started just trying it because I realized, wow, this is so much better for the bra. It really helps it retain its elasticity. The cups retain their shape. The underwire is not going to pop out. So I just gave it a try. And because I was doing it every day, it took honestly like a month of trying, and suddenly it became so simple. And I started really learning how to feel for the hook and for the eye back there and to hook it behind me. So there is an option here that gets maybe like an A- instead of an A+, only because it's not as good for your bra. But again, if this helps you put this on because of either mobility issues or just coordination behind your back, you can hook it on the side and just make sure that the cups are facing up. So in other words, if there's an underwire, it should make a U shape, not a little mountain, right? Not like a hill. And that means that the cups are now just need to be gently pulled around in front of you and gently lifted up to meet your bust. And then the straps can be gently put on. Now you can actually wear your bra without stretching it out. putting it on is one of the number one ways that people ruin their bras. So make sure that you're getting a good grade on this. And remember, I have visuals on how to do all of these in the show notes. Okay, the next one is how you store them. So if you're a person who has those molded cups and they're contour and they're firm, if you've ever seen, and gosh, there's like a big chain store, actually a lot of chain stores that store their bras this way. And boy, do I want to throw up every time I see this. Like, this is like a bra fitter's nightmare when you walk into like a big department store and they have all of those cups with one cup folded into the other. And then they're stacked neatly behind each other. Like, this is my nightmare because, again, you're just going to dent that one cup. And now you have just the dent on one side because it's been inverted, because most of us kind of continue to fold the same way. And one doesn't, and it just looks lopsided now. Like, you've totally ruined the integrity and the shape of that bra. So instead, if you have those that are kind of like basically a molded cup is means there's no seams, and then contour means when you lay it down, it keeps its shape. So what I would do is just stack one behind the other. And you can sort of tuck the little band and the straps inside each time, and then place them in there so both cups are puffed up. That people think is going to like take up more space, but I promise it's not that much more. And your bras are important. You invested good money in them. Hopefully you went to work with a fitter, or you've invested time learning from me how to get a good bra. Do not go and ruin it by folding one cup into the other. Okay, that gets an F. The one behind each other, A+. And if you don't have a contour or molded cup, you can definitely just fold them in half. Like, don't worry about it. Just make sure that you're not stuffing things into the drawer or wherever you're storing them so that things are getting snagged or the underwires are getting pressured or anything like that. Give your bra some good space. Okay, finally here, we're grading on bra care. How do you wash your bra? No judgment. Remember, we're in the hooray zone, okay? No judgment. But I can tell you right now, if you work with a fitter and they're helping like you with your bra that you come in with, and they're just assessing the fit and kind of holding the bra band back and adjusting the straps and just checking things for you, they can tell right away how you wash your bra. I can tell within seconds because I can feel, oh, this person uses regular detergent and they're putting them in the washer and maybe even the dryer. So I just gently ask, like, hey, by the way, how do you wash your bras? And then I always get this look of shame of like, oh God, she's found me out. And I'm like, no judgment here, just true curiosity. But if I had to grade you, you're getting an F, because the washer is really harsh on bras, but the dryer is a death sentence. Please, 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 please do not put your bras in the dryer. It makes me cry. It makes me cry so hard because, again, bras are meant to support you, and the high heat in the dryer is just going to burn and ruin any elastic, and most bras are just made of elastic. So this is true for even like just stretchy sports bras with no underwire or your beautiful lace bras, right? All of those need to stay out of the dryer. Please, please promise me you will do this. So if you want an A+ on washing your bras, again, we're going to get some feedback here, but I promise you this is easier than you think. Hand wash, air dry. And here's the kicker. Use really good soap. So soap that is specifically made for lace, swimwear, delicates, hosiery, knitwear, any of that stuff. It's really important to do this because your regular like clothing detergent is just way too harsh for the delicate materials of bras. Again, even your stretchy other items. Like, I wash all of my leggings and stretchy bodysuits and stuff like that with the same stuff that I wash for my bras. So if you go to hurraykimmay.com/care, I have literal quick videos on how to do this, and it's so easy. You literally just let them sit, maybe give them a little bit of a rinse, but honestly, you don't have to go crazy. And then I just hang them to dry. There's so many easy ways to do this, and it really just takes a little bit of effort and time. And you can wash all your other stuff doing it this way too. So this is how you will help your bras last so much longer. Okay, if you're like, Kimmay, there's no way. I've got a job, I've got a baby, I've got pets, I've got to run a marathon. I don't know, whatever it is that you're doing, I get it, we're all busy. If you do put them in the washing machine, please promise me that you're going to put the hooks together in the back if there's hooks and eyes, because you don't want those to get caught on things and pulled and snarled. Then make sure you're putting them into a little bag. Wash them in the machine on the gentlest cycle you have. Some of the new machines have like a hand wash where it just sort of like barely agitates. So the delicate cycle can sometimes still be a little bit too rough. So if you have that hand wash cycle, that is like ideal. And then make sure you're using that really gentle soap, not your regular stuff. You have to use a little bit more in the washing machine because it uses more water than just putting them into a little basin or the sink. but it's definitely worth it to do that. I promise you. So that gets sort of like a B+ in my book if you're going to do that. You're not failing, but you could be doing even better. And you overachievers, I know you're going to be like, okay, hand wash, air dry, let's go. And again, I have great resources on how to do this and make it fun and easy and even smell really good. Okay, how did you score? What does your report card look like for bra care? I'm very curious. You better come over and tell me. And remember, I have so many great resources on how to do this. You can go back to school feeling really awesome, looking your best. And I don't just mean like the kiddos. I mean you, person in your 50s, you, person in your 30s. Like maybe it's been a long time since you invested in good bras that feel really good and then took really good care of them. This is your opportunity to do so. There are often really great sales and back to school promotions at this time too. So don't miss out on making sure that when you get the kids ready to go to school, or even if you don't have kids, get yourself ready too. Hooray. It's never too late to learn. The final thing that I want to leave you with that you were not taught in school is that your worth cannot be measured by a number, by a measuring tape, by the bra tag. It's so important to let go of the number on the tag and just wear what fits and feels good. We had such a, in middle school, like we were all comparing ourselves to each other, and it was so easy to think like, oh, she's way cooler than me, and that person over there is like way prettier than me, and we were comparing each other's bodies and busts and hair and all the things. So this is your invitation to let that go. Don't be a middle school mean girl to yourself, and drop any of the judgment about what it means to wear a certain size or to spend a certain amount on bras. Your body and that area right over your heart is so worth it. And I hope it helps you say hooray. Hooray!
Ooh, it's time, y'all, for another great edition of Q&A with Kimmay.
Excellent question here. It says, what types of brands of bra are the best bras for 55 and over women? She adds, this is not entirely a size question, but older women have heavier breasts than younger ones, even if they wear the same size. So what bras would offer the best support? Thanks for your time. Okay, I love this question so much because our bodies do change as we age. That's totally normal. And not only can breast tissue become heavier, it can also become a lot softer. So even in the same size that you wore before, you might need a different style bra now if you want the same support or comfort. So that might mean wearing something that has more full coverage, so that way everything can stay inside the cup instead of spilling out of a plunging neckline. It also might mean wearing a bra that has seams that can actually lift and support your bust like the support beams on a bridge. In the end, experimenting with a couple different styles with either a fitter or on your own is the best way to go so that you can support this new body that you have at this age. Those are 2 general rules, but truly go with what works for you. Make sure you have my free fit guide at hurraykimmay.com/freefit. Hooray! I'm so excited to support you inside, outside, and underneath. Hooray! That's a wrap for this edition of The Hurray Show. If you love this episode, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a dose of hooray in their day. Come on over and say hi at Hurray Kimmay on Instagram and grab the show notes with any links to what we discussed, shopping codes, or more information on our guests at hurraykimmay.com/podcast. I hope today's episode helped you say hooray inside, outside, or underneath, or maybe all 3. Either way, thanks for spending some time with me. Until next time.